Welcome back to another segment. And mgeni si mgeni tena. Mgeni si mgeni tena. So today we're going to talk about sexual violence, right? Our guest here keeps learning every day, you know. So
It should be.
let's educate him and let him give us an idea of a mind that has no clue about these things.
Sexual violence.
You might not, because
Okay.
your answers from the previous videos has been questioning. Not all of them, but some of them.
Some of them.
Some of them. Let me ask you one question, and then you tell me what you think or your idea. You know. So, first, what do you think Kenya don't take sexual violence so seriously?
Why they don't take
Men, in fact, in particular.
Because akujakuwa na a serious action taken on people who sexually abuse others.
If
Okay, this one time, but ilikuwa kitambo sana. I think hata I was a kid. Lakini hii story iko kwa magazeti, kwa archives, ukienda utaziona. Kuna this one guy mwenye alifungwa for 15 years for assaulting a 15-year-old.
15 years
Yeah,
old.
15 year old. So akafungwa for juu inakunga maximum of 15 to 20. Unafungwa. So hapo ukisomea story ndio hizo kesi zilitulia, but now sasa zimerudi because hiyo kamba imelegea.
Okay. Why do you think some people blame, I'm not gonna say all, some people blame on when they hear a woman has been sexually abused and they're like, what was she wearing? The first thing comes to their mind is what was they wearing? Their dressing code specifically.
Yeah, because
why is it so important?
Because
or why is it the matter of the center, why do people blame it on clothes?
Because okay, kitu ya kwanza in can trigger the action, the type of dressing. It'll trigger because utapata labda the lady kuna pali alikuwa anapita, but kulingana na venye amevaa ndio trigger the sexual motive, yeah, that guy.
Let me ask you, when you see a woman, they're wearing short things. The first thing comes to your mind is rape.
No.
Exactly.
But
for me, a rapist is a rapist.
Oh, okay, not
whether you have worn clothes,
but
whether you have not. If this person have sexual assaulted someone and then blame it on clothes, next time will be your sister without clothes.
But it depends. It depends with the mindset of the guy. Labda, mindset.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. As in, for me, a rapist is a rapist. Clothes, whether someone has clothes on or not, because if it was about clothes, it was every day you'll hear someone, somewhere, people will be jumped on each other on the clubs. Yeah. Clubs, madam, when you wanava, the way women wear going to the clubs, people will be jumping on each other.
Unajua pia ina depend with where you're going ama pale unapita. Juu hawezi kuna street, unajua the Koinange Street hapo karibu Pension Towers. Hawezi pita hapo around 11 10 with that dressing code. Hapo hawezi pita. Hapo ukipita tu wewe ulikuwa unapita ndo uko sexually abused. Hapo hawezi pita hiyo time.
I think it's because men are not abused. But if it comes, yes, abuse, but men don't talk about it, and men, it's always behind doors.
Okay.
Because even for people that 10% or 90% of people, 90% of people are being sexually abused. It's not even on the streets. That is not as much as the way people are being abused in their own home.
Indoors.
Your uncles, are these people naked in the house?
No.
I'm saying
the mindset of the guy, the mindset. Labda yeye, okay, labda unajua kuna wale watu wakiona lady akipita hapo, yeye ashama dress na macho. hiyo ndio shida. That's the mindset.
Even the Bible says it's wrong, but we're told we're wearing rose. You were interesting me on the on your with your mouth, with your eyes and your body. You've already sinned, right?
Yeah.
But now, because I'm the one who's dressing something short, I'll be accused of attempting you. You looked at me. I didn't tell you to look at me.
But you know, kuna watu wanasema hawafai ku blame dressing code, so wanafaa ku blame the men. Because utapata labda mimi sema for example mimi siku
and another thing also, Pia, you're right about us Kenyans not taking sexual violence seriously. And the more they don't be punished for it and they're left outside, they come back to the society. And you get the people who get abused and become abusers, right? And maybe their kids are being abused with these cases. You see kids are being abused by the kids themselves, right? So the cycle continues, right? And then these men are the ones that are tearing this abusers, right? They're the ones that come marry your daughters. Because in Kenya you want to know if this person you're dating, whether he's a is a rapist or not, because people don't take it seriously and they come back to the society and they marry your daughters, they marry your sons, because not only men are sexual abusing people, there are also women who do sexual abuse men.
But also,
and the more people don't talk about sexual abuse and in different forms, then we also want to know that people don't even know that they were abused until they are grown.
Okay, there's something that
and they think it's normal. No, you know, to say there are things maybe you experience when you're young, sexually, and then later you're like, oh, I was too young to even do that kind of thing, right? And then what you have learned, maybe you brought that situation to the relationship, and you didn't even know that's abuse. You get?
Okay,
so the cycle continues.
Okay, those people who abuse others, kuna mtu alisema mbona asiende to the brothels alipe and he gets what he wants kabla ya kwenda ku abuse someone else.
Some people do that. They do both. They abuse anything and everything.
Aje sasa.
They abuse children, they abuse grown women, they abuse older women. You know, some people have preferences, and some people do it in general. Even at the streets, these women are being abused. It's just that they don't speak. Because the reason they don't speak, nobody will come believe them. They'll be like, after all, you're a whore. You sell yourself on the streets.
So
why are you coming to tell us your sexual abuse? They are being abused, but they don't say it because of the job they do. No one will believe them. Because me, I've worked in an organization, and there's a time we're doing a research about women on the streets. And believe me, they go through it more even to normal people, because they're on the streets, they have to deal with it. They're dealing with these people on a daily basis.
Okay, nambona basi.
Because kuna watu wengine wanapata, you don't know the person you're meeting whether he's nice or not.
Okay, nambona basi wajanike kwa streets.
It's because some people don't have choice.
Okay.
Some people in Kenya ina kazi mse.
Unajua inafanya kama there's a day Ruto sijui alikuwa ameenda wapi. Akapeana $1 million bob kwa those women wenye wanakuwa kwa streets usiku. Akawaambia atapatia do waache hiyo kazi, si ndio? But in real sense unadhani wanaweza waache job.
Okay, let me give you a point of what I got on the research. On the job I was doing, we are offering them education, and then later once they're done, maybe with salon, because they can't go back to primary and wherever. Once they're done, we open for them a business. But in salon, how much can you get in a day? You have a rent, you have bills to pay, what? And when he goes out on the streets, he might get 7,000 papa in a day.
Yeah. So no matter nasema hao watu wanafaa basi wapatiwe a specific area wote. Sema like a house ama a building, waambiwe hii itakuwa your area of business. Wakaange huko ndani.
Not only that, security. They should also have their own place where they can go and report when there's an issue. They can also have people who hear them and, you know, understand, like, also these people, they're doing this, yes, but they're also human beings, and they can actually go through rape. Yes, it's their business, yes, but rape is rape. You can't differentiate something I agreed on and something I did not agree on. Okay, another question. Oh, that was heated. Another question is on what do you think the government should do to protect women from sexual violence from a man perspective?
They should take a serious action on the people who sexually abuse others. Ndio juu akona venye utakuwa sexually harassed, you go and report it, mtu anashikwa for 1-2 days anaachiliwa. So itakuwa tu mazoea, asi nitafanya ile alafu by kesho sitakuwa nimeachiliwa, wacha nifanye tu, anafanya the same thing. Inafuata labda huyo mtu anafungwa for life.
Because another thing is like there's a guy who was sexual molested and then he went to the police station and this police people were making fun of him because you know the way they talk, because wa Kenya venye mapolisi wanaongea. So for men it's more difficult to even report or even come out because people don't even talk about men being abused or men being sexual molested.
Nesi ndo shida yenye kuku. Hata tuseme like mimi I'm a woman, niende ni report, but they'll make fun out of me.
Wataambia make fun.
Sasa ndio utaanza kuuliza ulikuwa umevaa nini, ulikuwa unatembea wapi, ama ulikuwa unafanya nini usiku ulikuwa sexually harassed. So hata ukienda ku report, so mimi najua the best place ya kwenda ku report ni kwa human rights. Huko ndo unafuatwa ndio report. But ukienda kwa police station ama uende wapi, hautakuwa help.
Another thing, if these people come out, they should be named. You know venye maju wanakuanga named as wanaitwaje? There's this name they get. They should be named so that when he comes out of the society, people know this person is so and so. Also, to be given houses or where he should be allowed to rent is where there are people like him. You see documentaries of people like this area,
isolated people,
like the people who like came out from jail, and they're like certain people, and then the neighbors also are informed. There's someone who used to be a sex offender. Yes, I've got it. There's someone who used to be a sex offender and has come out. You know, so be careful and watch your children.
But kama alikuwa amekuwa arrested, but when he was in prison, reformed.
We don't know. We have to wait for more than 2 years to 3 years to know whether. We have to be sure also as well.
Mkimweka in the isolated area, hapo bado hatutajua kama alichange. Hatutajua.
Okay, sawa. Would you rather he come closer to your kids so you can be sure?
I will rather but
Sindo, that's why maju wanapatiwa job, unaambiwa work on the society, go help sijui what. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. They can still include him in other things, but not when they are children. You know, when you see like in Kenya, when someone people are not even aware that lot. When someone keeps coming to school and putting his car outside and watching kids, what does that mean? Every time people pay attention, maju unapata mtu anapiga simu, we can see a car with an older person who keeps coming and watching the school. It doesn't happen like that. Kila mtu kwa anajipa shughuli until something happens. So let us know who is this person when they come out. Let the people know his face, so that anything can happen. You never know. If he's reformed, we will know. But before we know, let him work on himself.
But unajua in Kenya kuna ile rule inasema privacy. Itakuwa ni kama ku break the person's privacy.
Okay, even you coming to watch kids is breaking children's privacy.
Yeah.
Children also have privacy.
So wakisema the face yake iko released, which na support. Itakuwa ni kama iko low kama kwa journalist wanakuwa wameambiwa au ku reveal a source of information inaweza kuland in prison. Reveal the privacy of the person.
I'm not even saying the government itself should do it.
So kumaanisha basi wanafaa tu hiyo.
That's why other countries they call these people sex offenders, and they put them in specific areas so that people know. Even if he comes to this, let's say even if he comes to the society, and he's allowed to be with people. When people know this person is a sex offender, people will be able to pay attention to their kids, pay attention to this person, because the kids are roaming around, and there's a sex offender, okay, a reformed sex offender around, but we still don't know whether he's reformed or not. There are people. Have you watched documentaries? Those people who came out as sex offenders, and now they even offended even more women than the the ones he offended before. So we can't be
so
too sure. Let us be sure. Let him reach 5 years, 10 years maximum, without him offending anyone, and then we will be sure from there. Yes, and then we'll be sure from there. Yeah, I think that was a good topic, right? I think also another thing is people should teach kids at a very young age. Like, if someone touches you here, it's wrong. Those are your private parts. Come tell mama if something like that happens. Because people get offended at a very young age, and they don't remember until when they're older. They're trying to heal some things they have, and then you start having flashbacks of things happen to you.
Okay, but
boys should be told.
Okay, but those sex offenders, those habits walitoa wapi? Since they were kids.
Ndio nasema, some people are just naturally sex offenders, and some people maybe they became sex offenders because of what they have seen in the house. What is happening in the house. And also some people, they get offended, this is what I was saying, for a very young age, until they think these things is normal. So when they grow up, they think, like for women, we have unapatana tuna kamtu kako weird. They just do weird things. Yeah? And they think it's normal. Because no one have told them it's wrong. They've seen that it has happened, and maybe he's been lucky to get people who don't say anything when he's doing all those things.
Also, the government wanafanya ni walete sex education.
Sex education should be important. Not only sex education, mental health education,
Okay.
So that people, they know, like, this is wrong and this is
right.
It's right. Because some women are so naive, in fact, kids are so naive.
But mbona people ukiangalia sex offenders, au wanaangalia tu men are the sex offenders?
No, I've included women. That time I said even women are the one that are abusing men, but because these topics, people don't talk about it. They are taboos. People don't know, But there are people I really, I'm not gonna say much, but I know a lot of people are suffering in silence because they can't speak out. And imagine you have never had any man come out and say, I've been sexually abused, which they do with maids, with men will tell you, oh, that for me wasn't sexual abuse because I learned how to do ABCD. But you are so young to even learn how to do anything. You are so young to do anything with sex. So whether you liked it or not, or it happened to you and you think it's a manly thing, but that's still abuse, right? Yeah. Okay, guys, that's it for this topic. We're gonna see you next time. Thank you very much. Make sure you like, subscribe,
share. I'm your boy Twisted. See you next time.
See you next time. Bye.